am back with a and another. Okay, yeah, I'm back with another review, which is going to be Shea Moisture Revive and Brighten Body Wash. It's papayas and vitamin C in it. I actually did another body wash from Shea Moisture as well, which should be posted up already by now. So, sorry, I just kind of feel like I'm coming down with a sore throat. Um, Normally I kind of start feeling my throat before I get it, and I feel like it does kind of affect my voice, so bear with me. Um, so yeah, moving forward with this, I did do a review around the time I posted the other Shea Moisture review. I also posted the La Cetane or whatever that French company is as review, and I posted that as well. And I did mention I did not like their it's like a hand and body wash, and it just really dried my skin out. However, I honestly I think I only spent my money once on that company, and that was for like a hand lotion, and I got that from Sephora. Before I move forward, I am not sponsored by any of these two companies, plus well, three companies I mentioned: the L'Occitane, whatever it is, Shea Moisture, Sephora. I'm not sponsored by any of the three companies. And before I move forward again, I bought this particular Shea Moisture from Ulta. I actually did a haul, Ulta, one of the Ulta hauls. I did, this was in that haul, and I am not sponsored by Ulta either. Even though I feel like at this point I should, because a lot of my products are coming out of Ulta. The reviews that I have done, a lot of them are from there. Okay, so now moving forward, I did not buy the L'Occitane, whatever that company pronunciation is. The product I got, I only bought it once, which was like years ago, probably like the early 2010s. Definitely not 2011. Because I remember I had it around the time I was going to college, and I went to college between 2011 to 2015, and I got around that time frame. I don't know exactly what year, but I bought it from Sephora. Um, it is like those buttercream types. At the time, I was not really into buttercreams, but for some reason, that particular normally every time I have used buttercreams, those are like the butter for the body. It never made my skin really slippery or anything like that, or greasy or anything. Um, it actually really hydrated my skin, and I loved it. However, I don't know, at that time I just um I wasn't really properly looking at how my skincare routine was, and I just finally was like, I don't like it. Just how my palms felt for a few minutes or for a while. Um, but then I still really didn't bother going back and buying anything from that place. I know there is a store specifically that is. I know L'Occitane has a location somewhere in the city. I think it's not too far from 14th Union Square, but I may be wrong. But I know there is a location. I remember I went in there twice and just walked out. At the time, I didn't really have an excuse not to buy anything from there. Um, and honestly, I never heard anybody buying anything from there. I never heard anybody that I know, or like, if I watched like a haul, nobody would bring it up that they bought anything from there. I never heard anybody getting a sponsorship deals from them. I every time I heard anybody, like every time I did a YouTube, um, skincare routines or any kind of reviews, no one ever brought up that company's name. That's just how I was. Honestly, I wouldn't be specifically looking for that, but you know how oftentimes you'd be looking for certain things like skincare routines or reviews or whatever from certain YouTubers or influencers or whatever, and that company just never came up. Now, if I specifically looked for that from influencers and YouTubers and whatever, maybe for the most part, obviously it will show up, but in general, it just never showed up in my radar. And I'm almost 28, and I always been looking on a lot of skincare stuff, anyways. And even on the websites, like, you getting, like, you get websites, like, you go on like Refining 29 and all these other websites, and those would never show, that company never came up either. So I'm just like, okay. Now, fast forward now, quickly kind of closing down my intro because we're already 5 minutes in. Um, I got that body hand and body wash from that company as a gift, and it came along with the hand. It's a hand cream, I believe. The hand cream is okay. It's not bad. Like, it's. I feel like the lotions and body creams and stuff like that are still somewhat better. However, that particular body wash, hand wash thing, it's a hand and body wash, so it just extremely, extremely dried out my skin, and I felt like I was using a dish soap, a dish liquid soap, and especially since it had that lemon scent, it just reminded me of the scent itself. Just reminded me of the liquid dish soap to begin with. So since it dried out my body, it was not a thing for me. So I just used it as a hand wash solely. However, I did a review on one of the two body lotions, and that actually helped me out when in terms of the dryness that I got from that body and hand wash. So luckily that's finished and whatnot, because I don't like, wasting products. Then I obviously used the other Shea Moisture body wash, and I already did a review and posted it. And then I decided to use this, and now this has finished. And honestly speaking, I didn't go back to Ulta yet to buy other body wash. And since my dumbass did not go and normally I go and buy the body wash as soon as it's about to finish. I normally don't let it run out. And the same thing for my conditioners. I have two, the small Garnier 1 minute conditioners. I have two of those, but I didn't have the actual legit conditioner bottles, because I did a review before this video, which will be posted right before this one. Also ran out, so I have those two bottles left, and I was just like, okay, I actually need a conditioner bottle as well. And I was at Stop and Shop yesterday because the products that I needed were the stuff that I needed to buy were there. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get the body wash and conditioner from there for now, and I'm gonna use the two Garnier ones and then the conditioner afterwards, and I'll do a review on those three as well. And the body wash that I got, I already did a review on that. But I'll go at the end and let you know what that is. Or actually, you know what? Let me go do that now. Oh, it is getting dark. So it's this one, the soft soap, Shea, and almond oil body wash, and then I just ended up got an OGX conditioner, even though I know that's not the best one. I know a lot of people have been claiming hair falls for that. But now we are going to go back to the reviewings. So here we go. So after using L'Occitane or whatever the company is, these two Shea Moisture body wash did wonders on my skin. It did not feel dry at all. Just to give you a heads up that my skin is somewhat on the drier skin. So that particular hand and body wash did dry out my skin even more. And it felt like the Sahara Desert. It felt like my skin was cracking, even though it wasn't, but it just felt like that because how dry it was. It felt like my skin was really, really, really tight. Even though you want to make sure that your skin's elasticity is not, I mean, it kind of gets loose anyways, but it wasn't in that way. It just felt like my skin was so tight. And when your skin gets really, really feels very, very tight, it feels like it's gonna rip or something like that. So I did not obviously want to happen like that. My skin is somewhat sensitive. I do have rosacea. I do have chicken skin as well. The chicken skin is nowhere near my face. I do have it like a little bit on my chest and somewhat on my arm and a little bit on the legs. It's just like, it looks, when you touch it, it doesn't really feel rough, but when you look at it, it kind of feels like, it may be a little rough, like, bumpy, but it's not really. Over the last 2-3 years, I've noticed that it is getting better now, especially in the last 2 years, that it's controllable. It doesn't look like it. My rosacea though, I did notice that if I gain a little bit of weight, my face gets a little bit more, my cheeks get more red. And when I am losing weight, and when I'm around the weight that I normally am for the most part, then I know my rosacea is not really as bad. Um, if you want, I can actually talk about that in a whole separate video, if anything. So that being said, this body wash, both the Shea moistures that I have, um, were pretty good on my skin. So this one specifically, I feel like, yes, this actually brightened my skin, and I don't know if I want to say revived it, but after my skin getting dry, I used the other one, then I used this one, and I felt like since I used two bottles, by the time I got to this one, um, my skin was a lot better from that. The product that I hate. I don't want to mention it again, but yeah, I actually did really, really good. My skin is now feeling really soft. I it It's soft. It's not really, my skin doesn't feel tight. Obviously, I will still use a body moisturizer just in case to make it feel better. Um, I feel like Shea Moisture did pretty good in terms of not drying out my skin, because oftentimes when I would use a body wash, my skin would feel dried out. So I feel like I really want to stick with this. I feel like I'm gonna alternate between the Revive and Brighten body wash and the other Shea Moisture that I had, body wash that I bought. So I think I'm gonna alternate between the two. As far as the dull uneven skin is concerned, I don't really have uneven skin. As far as the dull is concerned, I feel like, you know how sometimes it's not the complexion itself that starts feeling dull, but I feel like my skin started feeling dull because it got really dried out. And sometimes, you just have to like brighten it. That's where the whole dullness comes into play. And it just feels like, you being taking care of your skin a lot. The brightness, the shyness is there. That's where I think the dull, uneven skin comes into play. I know that a lot of people, the dullness is more of like the uneven skin tones, um, and all that stuff. Like that's where the dullness normally comes into play. Sometimes the dullness also comes in when you're stressed out and overworked and you're just plain tired. That your soul is just tired. Your skin starts looking dull. I'm not at that. I mean, I do sometimes feel like that, but I feel like um, the dullness actually got me lost track because that's my work phone and I had to pick it up. And I was literally on the phone for at least 20 minutes trying to get some information from them and vice versa. So keeping moving forward, I'm lost track of what I was going forward with. I know what I was talking about. I'll try to put it together. So what I was trying to say was that I am not feeling like that where I'm feeling like, tired in the soul. My skin is not really dull. It will bother me now. It's just that I don't know what day it is today, but everybody's supposed to be off. However, I still supposed to be working from home today, but no clients. However, I don't really have much to do besides the meeting and updating this one particular file, which was already done. But obviously, I'm still gonna get phone calls. And I wanted to get this out of the way before I forget. But let's keep it moving because this video is kind of getting already long. So, yes, my skin isn't like really bad dull, but it's just like if I take good care of my skin, it wouldn't look dull or uneven. I don't know if I would even call my skin uneven. I feel like it's pretty okay. So yeah, but however, it did work pretty good on my skin in terms of dullness part and everything. I would personally recommend this. However, I would say that since everybody's skin type is different and everybody's skin reacts differently to every single product out there, so you have to do like a trial and error just to see that it's okay for your body and it's not reacting negatively. As far as your skin does not have no reaction, either positive or negative, or your skin is positively reacting, that means your skin is fine. It reacts fine to this product. However, if it's reacting negatively, then don't continue using it. You may have like allergic reaction or something like that, or it doesn't suit your skin well. That being said, do not continue using it if it's a negative reaction. Um, so yeah, definitely try that out first, just in case to be on the safe side. But I personally do recommend it. I did see a lot better results with this. Very much I know a lot of people will have this like mixed reviews on Shea Moisture, but you need to understand is that Shea Moisture is type of product. It's like Shea Moisture is like a great example where it will not react the same way for everybody. Some people have positive reactions, some have negative. For me, overall in general, I did have positive reactions towards Shea Moisture with every single product that I have used, whether that was for hair or for the skin, which is fine. Um, and again, I also noticed that there always a possibility, like I had a possibility with Garnier. I think the only good reaction I had was from the that one, um, that 1 minute conditioner that comes in those little tiny boxes that you can use in, um, those were fine, but then the leave-in conditioner was a no-go for me. So yeah, there will be some products in certain lines which would be fine, but others wouldn't be. So just keep that in mind. So other than that, let me know if there's any other products you want me to review so I can look into it at least. I will be linking down both my Instagram pages. Make sure to follow, hit the subscribe button, the bell button. I'll be back for more. Stay safe and stay tuned, guys.